Good evening. My name is Tara K. Ross, and I have been a member of the Word Guild since, I believe, 2017, when I got my start in writing entering the Word Awards for the In the Beginning contest. Went on to get great feedback, and I am so overjoyed to be here tonight helping to present the 2020 Word Awards as part of the Word Guild. We are so excited to spend the evening with you together. We have an amazing guest I can't wait to introduce. But let's start with just describing a little bit about the Word Awards. The Word Awards were established to encourage the pursuit of excellence in art, craft, practice, and ministry of writing, and help to raise the profile of Canadian writers who are Christian. The awards provide feedback for Canadian Christian writers that can help them to improve their writing and encourage them to further develop the gifts that has been entrusted to them. Before we begin with the official awards presentation, I have the honor of introducing our guest for this evening, Mark Buchanan. Mark is known as an author, a speaker, a pastor, and a professor. As an author, he has written books, about 10, I believe, at least, with intriguing titles like God Walk, Moving at the Speed of Your Soul, which sounds fantastic. He also contributes regularly to Leadership Journal and Christianity Today. As a teacher, he is a professor of pastoral theology at Ambrosia University. And in the midst of all this activity, on his website, Mark describes his favorite pastimes. They include sitting in front of the fire and reading, walking in wild places, scuba diving, riding a motorcycle, it's got a crazy side, or fishing at the slow bend of a fast river. While like most of us, he desires to be a saint, he often has to settle simply for not complaining while taking out the trash or being stuck in traffic. We also spoke about the joys of the 401 when he was out this way. He is someone we can all relate to, a sacred work in progress. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you, Tara. It's really a joy to co-host this event with you. I also have a history with Word Guild and been the keynote speaker at a couple of the big presentation evenings when we used to meet live. So it's a joy to be back with the gang. A little bit of what I'm doing. I'm in the midst of completing a couple more books. I started publishing fiction last year, and I'm continuing with that. So I've got a couple of fiction books in the works. And I'm also launching a ministry called New Story Community, which promotes the flourishing of Indigenous women in a place of safety, beauty, and community. So we have some Indigenous women living in community on a small island, and it's a discipleship and vocational equipping ministry.
What an amazing ministry that sounds like.
It's incredible to watch what God does when you're in a place of really beautiful, healthy community.
Absolutely.
So Tara, I want to thank, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank all the participants who have entered their work in this year's awards, and the judges who took the time to carefully read all the submissions and to evaluate them. I also want to mention that there's a few of the Word Guild board members who were shortlisted for awards that will be presented tonight. So it's really good to know that many of the people who are part of the leadership at Word Guild are not simply patrons and enthusiasts about writing, but they are good writers themselves.
Fantastic writers, absolutely. And I believe we do have a video that we're going to add in as well from Natasha Duquette. So let's hear from Natasha now.
Hello, and welcome to the second online incarnation of the Word Awards. My name is Natasha Duquette, and I'm a professor of literature and the academic dean at Our Lady Seat of Wisdom College in Barry's Bay, Ontario. Oh, and I am also honored to serve on the board of the Word Guild. First of all, I would like to express heartfelt thanks to the judges who volunteered their time to assess the work submitted this year. Thank you also to the team of volunteers who helped make this 2021 Word Awards happen. Dana Bulin, Grace Chick, Sarah Davison, Kelly Ditmars, Beverly Hopwood, Les Lindquist, Heather Rodin, Eleanor Shepard, Janet Sketchley, and Ian William Walker. We are enjoying the fruit of their labor as we gather virtually to celebrate these pieces of writing. The Word Guild consists of Canadian writers and editors who identify as Christians. Our name comes from John 1:1, "In the beginning was the Word." The Word Guild's board, on which I serve, develops and applies policies which support the organization, and we also receive nominations for the Leslie K. Tarr Lifetime Achievement Award, given out each year. It's not too early to start thinking about who you would like to nominate for the Leslie K. Tarr Lifetime Achievement Award for 2022. I've been asked to offer words of inspiration to writers and editors, and I will draw on the Spanish mystic Saint Teresa of Avila in order to do so. Saint Teresa, in her book The Interior Castle, 1588, presents the virtue of humility as key to any activity, including writing. She humbly then compares the diligent, constant, consistent labor of thinking, imagining, and writing to a bee making honey. So if you ever feel stuck in your writing or editing, try picturing yourself as this humble creature, the small bee, patiently gathering your materials in order to produce something sweet and healing like honey. I will end with a short meditation from Saint Teresa, translated into English. May it bless you and bring you peace in this pandemic time. Lines written in her breviary. Let nothing disturb thee, nothing affright thee. All things are passing. God never changes. Patient endurance attaineth to all things. Who God possesses is nothing, in nothing is wanting. Alone God suffices. So may God bless you and keep you, and may your writing efforts be fruitful.
Fantastic. Now, to begin this evening's awards, we will be presenting the winner for the Fresh Ink Award. This award is designed to encourage student writers. It includes categories across high school for 14 to 18-year-olds and college age or university age from 17 to 30. It is open to those who have either never been published or have only had a few articles published and are thus beginning writers. The judging is based on the quality of the writing. As well, the judges look for evidence of a Christian worldview, informing and influencing the writing. The Fresh Ink Student Writing Awards are sponsored this year by Rose Brandon, Claudia Loopstra, and Amelia Roden Legal Solutions. The finalists are Leah Hart from Guelph, Ontario, with her piece Landscapes, Passports, Memories, Home. Caitlin Hodgeturp from Centerville, Nova Scotia, Seasons of Life, Melody. Caitlin Hodgeturp again from Centerville, Nova Scotia, When I Am Weak. And Sarah Van Zanbeek from Edmonton, Alberta, Kings and Captains. And the winner is Caitlin Hodgeturp from Centerville, Nova Scotia for When I Am Weak. Congratulations, Caitlin.
Yeah, congratulations, Caitlin.
Our next awards category is for In the Beginning Award, which personally is very special to me as the first award I entered into. This award is designed for unpublished writers from ages 25 to 99. Submissions are original works of fiction or nonfiction with a maximum length of 1,500 words, or they may be the first 3 chapters of a work in progress, up to 15 pages. Judges look for an underlying expression of the writer's Christian worldview informing and influencing the writing, but the manuscript need not be strictly from the Christian market. Screenplays and stage plays manuscripts are also included in this category. This year, the In the Beginning Award for unpublished authors is sponsored by Eleanor Shepard, and the finalists are Paul Breen from Burlington, Ontario, with Not As I Do. Joanna Frank from Kitchener, Ontario, with The Gatekeeper's Descendants. Pascal Colucci from McGregor, Ontario, with Summer Days. Sheila LeBlanc, writing as Juliet Hamilton from Whitby, Ontario, with Samuel's Surprise. Sheila LeBlanc, writing as Juliet Hamilton from Whitby, Ontario again, with Solitary Lies. Donna Lee Season from Huntsville, Ontario, which is my family's hometown, Girl Talk, a Language, a Pastime, a Mystery. Hilda Van Giesel from Port Sydney, Ontario, with Poetry with a Future, The Dogwood Tree. Kevin E. Van Conet from Red Deer, Alberta, A Love Letter Declares. Sharon Vardy Bacon from Port Sydney, Ontario, with All the Joys of Christmas. And again, Sharon Vardy Bacon with The White Elephant. And the winner for the 2020 in the beginning is Kevin E. Van Conen from Red Deer, Alberta, for A Love Letter Declares. Congratulations, Kevin.
Good work. And now we're going to have a video by Larry Willard presenting for the best new Canadian manuscript, sponsored by Castle Key. So, Larry.
Greetings to viewers, authors, families, the Word Guild staff, and especially to those who organize the 2021 Word Guild Publishing Awards. My name is Larry Willard. I'm the president of Castle Key Books, zooming you here from our Palm Beach office to announce the winner of the Best New Canadian Manuscript Unpublished Award for 2021. This award is jointly sponsored by Castle Key Books Canada and the Word Guild. Its purpose is to encourage Canadian authors to write nonfiction or fiction books expressing Canadian faith, Christian doctrine, Christian faith in experiences that will clearly, originally inspire readers. Well, we had many solid entries again this year, but it was difficult, more difficult than ever, to narrow down the manuscript to one winner. This is our 20th year supporting this important event, and I must tell you sincerely, this is the closest contest we have ever had. The winner is selected from entries from across Canada, and judges from both the Word Guild and Castle Key submit their marks, and we tabulate them and select the top winner. For the first time that I can remember, we had not just higher marks overall in the contest, reflecting the quality of the submissions, but our judges' marks only had a 1% difference between the top two titles. Here are the nominees for the 2021 Best New Canadian Christian Manuscript Award. Holly Enslin, Medicine Hat, Mothers-in-Law, Society's Scapegoat. Neil Fox, North Aurelia, Ontario, The Crown and Salvation. Ron Mailer, Minden, Ontario, Crosswalk, Doing Life with Jesus. Terry Posthumus, Oshawa, Ontario, Hope Unbroken. Melanie Stevenson, Cambridge, Ontario, The Things We Never Say. And Jack A. Taylor from Vancouver, BC, for The Persian Prince. So, for this 2021 contest, the Best New Canadian Manuscript Contest is going to, for the first time, award a prize for a runner-up of $500 to the second place entry. And so we will be forwarding that consolation prize to the author later on this week. And that prize goes to Melanie Stevenson, Cambridge, Ontario, The Things We Never Say. Congratulations, Melanie, on a fabulous manuscript. So well done. So the winning title of a contract to publish their manuscript with Castle Key Books is Jack Taylor, Vancouver, BC, for The Persian Prince. Congratulations, Jack. A very excellent book. And to all of you who entered this contest, your entries were stunning. Any one of them could have been published. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of this evening. God bless.
Wow, thanks so much for your gracious discernment in recognizing The Prince of Persia for the Best New Canadian Manuscript. I applaud the visionary courage of Castle Key sponsors Larry and Marina Willard for birthing the unborn into life and doing this for 20 years now. Your support of the Word Awards and the Word Guild encourages all of us in the Christian writers market. All of us like to know that the hours alone wrestling with that turn of a phrase, a name, or a word choice is significant. The Prince of Persia is a story about rediscovering your identity and place after living away from your heart country. It's the first book of a trilogy that's a sequel to the Crossmaker trilogy. The Crossmaker won the Historical Novel Award last year. And if you like history, drama, solid characters, this book is for you. You can sink yourself into the conflict and chaos of first century Persia with another side of the Magi which you may not have known when you imagine the nativity scene. So I invite you to immerse yourself into this roiling society of Elamite cataphracts and Parthians and Zoroastrian priests while the Romans press in from the west and the Orient presses in from the east. Is this wandering Ephesian gladiator the hoped-for Prince of Persia? I hope you can read it and enjoy. Thank you again. God bless.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Congratulations.
My pleasure now to present the Best Blog of the Year award. The Word Guild Awards are literary awards, and so the writing portion of the blog obviously remains the core issue when assessing and evaluating the blogs. But the blogs are also judged beyond just the writing. We're looking for substance. We're looking for a connection with the reader, not just the blog post, but additional things, audience benefit, such as podcasts, online courses, online community, membership groups, and so forth. The blog is judged for the following elements: graphic design of the site's ease of navigation, use of technology, and then weighed quite heavily the content, the impact on the readership, which is also weighed very heavily, the interactivity of the blog, its regularity and consistency, and its reach. Best Blog of the Year award is sponsored by Tulit Matthews and Associates. The shortlist are Sandy McGregor from Halton Hills, Ontario, Sovereign Radiance, and Carolyn Watts, Vancouver, BC, Hearing the Heartbeat. The winner, Carolyn Watts, Vancouver, BC, for Hearing the Heartbeat. Well done, Carolyn.
I am deeply honored and humbled to receive this year's Best Blog of the Year award for my blog, hearingtheheartbeat.com. I've spent much of my life so far listening to heartbeats. First, as an obstetrician working in rural Afghanistan for 4 years, listening to the heartbeats of babies as they were formed in the womb. And then, when illness ended my medical career, as a spiritual director and writer, seeking to listen to God's heartbeat and help others listen. I often pray that my blog will be a gentle, grace-filled space in which my readers and I can listen together to God's heartbeat and make our home in Christ's love. I want to thank my blog readers who have encouraged me to keep writing, and my family, friends, and spiritual director who keep helping me learn to receive God's love myself, even, or perhaps especially, in life's more challenging moments. Thank you to Laura Gebers, who beautifully designed my website, and was such a joy to work with. And thank you to the Word Guilds and its many volunteers who give of their own time and effort to encourage fellow writers. Janet Sketchley, I'm particularly grateful for your encouragement. I wouldn't have applied for this award had it not been for your gentle nudge. Thank you to Toulette, Matthews, and Associates who sponsored this award. Your investment in writers is an encouragement. Above all, thank you to God who walks so faithfully with me through the joys and challenges of life. Without you, I wouldn't have stories of grace to share.
Bingley Songwriter Award. It takes a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure for me to name this annual Best Song Lyrics Award that's given in memory of Terence L. Bingley, lived from 1937 to 2009, and was a leader among Canadian retailers and distributors of music products. Terry Bingley was classically trained on piano and violin, performing most types of music. He especially loved to hear the lyrics of hymns. His younger years, he played in a couple of bands and continued to be involved in music all his life. Terry's wife, Judy, said they became sponsors of the World Guild's Song Lyric Award to emphasize the valuable addition this artistic medium brings to people's lives. She said, "We especially love song lyrics that honor and praise our Lord and Savior." The Bingley family has sponsored this award for several years and want to continue in memory of Terry. The Terence L. Bingley Songwriting Award, this year's winner goes to Carolyn Aarons from Surrey, BC, for To Cry for You. And we're very pleased that Carolyn is now able to perform that song for us.
There's a lump in my throat, there's a knot in my chest. I am tired to the bone, but I cannot rest. But it's only right to feel like I do, 'cause it is my honor to cry for you. All the memories come back like the tide rolling in, and the current is strong. I go under again, so I hold my breath. What else can I do? 'Cause it is my honor to cry for you. Blessed are the ones who weep, 'cause every tear is proof of ties that bind so strong and deep that death cannot undo. So it is my honor to cry for you. I've got more than a hunch that you're somewhere so good. It'd be wrong to come back, even if you could. I will see you again, but until I do, it is my honor to cry for you. Blessed are the ones who weep, 'cause every tear is proof of ties that bind so strong and deep that death cannot undo. So it is my honor to cry for you. There's a lump in my throat, there's a knot in my chest, but the ache in my soul tells me I am blessed. 'Cause when the sorrow is great, the love is too. And it is my honor to cry for you. I guess grief is the work that love must do. So it is my honor to cry for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank the Bingley family for establishing this Lyrics Award. It is such an encouragement to songwriters in Canada. Thank you to the Word Guild. You guys have been just tireless in these pandemic days. I don't know how you've done it, finding ways to sustain and encourage this community. Thank you guys. And I want to thank, with respect to this song, I want to thank a guy named Jordan Robertson. I was really struggling in my own grief journey after I lost my mom. And then I went to a funeral for another mother, Jordan Robertson's mother. And when he stood up to give the eulogy, he said, if you're wondering if Jordy's going to cry, of course I'm going to cry. It is my honor to cry for her. And with that one sentence, he reframed grief for me from something to avoid and run away from and try to get through as quickly as possible to a hard and holy and beautiful way I could love my mom well. He invited me into the hard and holy work of learning to grieve well. And so he reframed grief for me, and now through this song, for countless other people. And I couldn't be more grateful. So thanks.
That song. Thank you, Carolyn.
Beautiful. Thanks. Congratulations again, Carolyn. The next section of our awards presentation will focus on articles and short pieces published from a Christian worldview. Often writers find they are better able to break into the publishing writing market with articles or short pieces instead of a full-length book. There are many potential markets for their writing, and we have entries in several different categories of the Christian market. These include things like blogs, column series, single columns, devotionals, or inspirational pieces, long features, short stories, news items, personal experiences, poetry, profiles or human interest stories, and short features like short stories again. So lots of breadth here. We have winners in all of these categories this evening. So let us begin with the finalists for an individual blog post sponsored by My Tribute Gifts. And the finalists or shortlist are Megan Gilmore from Toronto, Ontario, with Dear Church, about living on $2,000 per month or less, from Megan Gilmore's blog. NJ Lindquist from Markham, Ontario, The Tipping Point, from NJ Lindquist's blog. Kathy Ostapchuk from Oakville, Ontario, Monday Motivation, The Afterglow of Advent, from Kathy Ostapchuk's blog. And the winner is Megan Gilmore from Toronto, Ontario, for Dear Church, about living on $2,000 per month or less. I might have to come read that blog. Sounds great. The finalists for column series sponsored by Kingdom Trust are Carolyn Arends from Surrey, BC, Go With God, Standing Up Straighter and Virtual Realities, from Faith Today. David Goretzi from Ottawa, Ontario, Cross Connections, from Faith Today. Jack Taylor from Vancouver, BC, A Thunderclap of Mercy, A Theology of Suffering, from Light Magazine. And the winner for column series is Carolyn Arends from Surrey, British Columbia, for Go With God, Straighter and Virtual Realities, from Faith Today. Congratulations, Carolyn.
Yeah, well done.
The finalists for a single column in the Christian Market is sponsored by Fine-Tuned Editing by Carolyn Wilker. The shortlists are John Bowen from Hamilton, Ontario, Can Evangelism Be Redeemed? Anglican Diocese of Niagara. John Bowen, again from Hamilton, Translation and Inclusion, Why They Go Together, Anglican Diocese of Niagara. And Bruce J. Clemenger from Ottawa, Ontario, A Matter of Equal Protection, Advocating for Our Neighbors with Disabilities, from Faith Today. And the winner for a single column is John Bowen from Hamilton, Ontario, for Can Evangelism Be Redeemed? From the Anglican Diocese of Niagara. Congratulations, John.
Well done.
The finalists for column Single in the General Market, sponsored by Plank and Pin, are, we only have one finalist and one shortlist, so this one's great. This one is the winner, Perry Stelter from Stony Plains, Alberta, Canadian Thanksgiving and the Indigenous Tension, published in The Banner. Congratulations, Perry.
Yeah, congratulations. And I'm just, just want to comment. We've just got overrepresentation from Ontario, just saying. To have somebody from my part of the world, that just kind of warms my heart. So special shout out to those in the West.
There you go. Hopefully we'll have some more winners coming down the road here. We've got more in the shortlist category coming up. So the finalists for the devotional and inspirational short pieces, sponsored by Neil Bramble, are Peter Cusick from St. Thomas, Ontario, Search Me, O God, Testimony Enric, Lynn Dove from Cochrane, Alberta, Rest and Relaxation, and Stephen Kennedy from Peterborough, Ontario, Let There Be Light, in Testimony Enric. And the winner is Stephen Kennedy from Peterborough, Ontario, for Let There Be Light. Congratulations, Stephen.
Good job.
The finalists for the long feature are sponsored by Stonebridge Enterprises. And the shortlist includes Catherine Hayhoe from Lubbock, Texas, I believe. Crisis in Creation Care, a leading climate scientist, shows us how we can all respond in Faith Today. Diane Stinton, Mary of Nazareth, a prophetic voice calling through the centuries, published in Crux. And Jens Zimmerman, Christian Humanism and the Importance of Personhood, also published in Crux. And the winner for the long feature is Diane Stinton from Vancouver, BC, for Mary of Nazareth, a prophetic voice calling through the centuries, published in Crux. Congratulations, Diane.
Well done, Dan.
And way to represent the West Coast.
Yes.
Mark is happy there. All right. The finalists for a news feature are sponsored by Stonebridge Enterprises. And those finalists are, or the award is sponsored by Stonebridge Enterprises. And the finalists are Megan Court from Terrace, BC, Call the Chaplain, Christian Courier, Sherman Lau and Selena Lamb, and Jog Lin and Ted Ng from Burnaby, BC, Longing to Belong, How Do Christians Live Out Our Welcome and Inclusion of Minorities, published in Faith Today. And the winner is Sherman Lau, Selena Lamb, Jog Lin, and Ted Ng from Burnaby, BC, for Longing to Belong, How Do Christians Live Out Our Welcome and Inclusion of Minorities. Congratulations, everyone.
Well done.
The finalists now for Personal Experience piece, which is sponsored this year by FCI Windows, are Megan Court from Terrace, BC, Different by Design, published in Christian Courier. Rebecca Poussette, Embracing Saintly Frivolity, My Journey Towards Reconciling Faith and Competitive Sport, published in Crux. And Larry Worthen, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Appointment with God, Walking with My Father Through the Temptation of Euthanasia, published in Faith Today. And the winner for personal experience short piece is Megan Court from Terrace, BC for Different by Design, published in Christian Courier. Congratulations, Megan.
Well done.
The finalists for poetry, and this category is sponsored by Michael Robichaud, are D.S. Martin from Brampton, Ontario, Semi-Obeyed, published in Crux. Naomi Peters from Richmond Hill, Ontario, Fading, published in Gold Rock Press. Fran Westwood from Toronto, Ontario, Psalm 127, published in Crux. And the winner for poetry is D.S. Martin from Brampton, Ontario for Semi-Obeyed, published in Crux. Congratulations, D.S.
Yeah, good work.
The finalists for Profile or Human Interest Piece are sponsored this year by Jennifer Wilcock. And those shortlist names are Melanie Gibson from Brampton, Ontario, A Chosen Baby, published in Testimony Enric. Megan Court from Terrace, BC, On Stage in a Dangerous Time, published in Christian Courier. Terry Todd from Portage La Prairie, Lessons from a Blind Man, published in The Graphic Leader. And the winner this year for Profile or Human Interest Piece is Megan Court from Terrace, BC for On Stage in a Dangerous Time from Christian Courier. Congratulations again, Megan.
Yeah, congratulations on another win.
Yes, that's amazing. Two more categories in our short list, short piece feature. The finalists for our short feature within the short features. And the finalists are Rose McCormick Brandon from Caledonia, Ontario for The Dark Side of the Supernatural, published in Testimony Enric. Jenna Smith from Verdun, Quebec. Quebec, I think that's the first Quebec person we've had. This is fantastic.
Yes.
Death and New Life Among Resurrection People, published in Faith Today. Perry Stelter from Stony Plains, Alberta, Instruments of Blessing or Destruction, published in The Banner. And the winner for short feature is Jenna Smith from Quebec for Death and New Life Among Resurrection People, published in Faith Today. Very good. Congratulations, Jenna.
Yay, Jenna, and yay, shout out for Quebec.
Yay. And our final category in these short pieces is short stories. Finalists this year were Eleanor Burton from Botha, Alberta for Love and Unexpected Stress Responses, and Sarah Davison from Coburg, Ontario, 10 Bottles of Sand in the anthology Before Summer Ends, part of the Mosaic collection. And this year's winner in the short story category is Sarah Davison from Coburg, Ontario for 10 Bottles of Sand in the anthology Before Summer's End as part of the Mosaics collection. Congratulations, Sarah.
Yeah, well done, Sarah. You know, Tara, as you're reading those, I'm thinking, I want to, you know, every one of these pieces, that both the shortlisted and the winners, they sound so intriguing. I've read a couple, and but I'm thinking, wow, I'm going to go back and look at those pieces because it just strikes something, resonates deeply with some of the things that I'm thinking about and with. So well done to all of those who both were shortlisted and then picked up an award.
Absolutely. There was some amazing writing in there. I'll agree with you. I have read a few of them, but now I want to go back and look through all of my periodicals that I have collected and sit down on a dock somewhere and enjoy some good writing.
Yeah, like Sarah's 10 Bottles of Sand. Like, I'm like, what? You know, just the title itself kind of invites you in and intrigues. So very well
Absolutely.
done.
Absolutely.
You must need a breather. You've just gone through a long list. So I'll next portion, and this is where we get into the books, the published book classes. We have in a number of categories this year: Christian fiction, Christian nonfiction, general market fiction, general market nonfiction. We kind of cover the waterfront. And so we are going to begin with Christian fiction books, and there's subcategories, subgenres here as well. I'm going to begin with children's books, children's fiction, and this is sponsored by Janet Surrett. Runners up, or the short list is Brad and Jen Clausen from Steinbeck, Manitoba. The Kite Festival, Christopher Barkman, illustrator, Brad Clausen, publisher. Donna Simard from Saint Lazare, Manitoba. Tommy's Feet, Word Alive Press. The winner, Brad and Jen Clausen, Steinbeck, Manitoba, for the Kite Festival, illustrated by Christopher Barkman, Brad Clausen, publisher. Well done to the Clausens.
Congratulations, Brad and Jen.
In the young adult category, this is sponsored by Ferndale Bible Church. We have Susan Reimer, Timmins, Ontario, Through the Fire, Word Alive Press. Tara K. Ross, Hamilton, Ontario, Fade to White, Illuminate YA, Iron Stream Media, and Olivia Smith, LaSalle, Ontario, Seen Voices, White Spark Publishing. Winner, Olivia Smith, LaSalle, Ontario, for Seen Voices, White Spark Publishing. Well done, Olivia.
Huge congratulations to Olivia. Olivia and I are very good writing friends, so this is so exciting for her.
Very good.
Congrats, Olivia.
Yeah, to kind of enter together and to encourage each other on.
Absolutely. So well deserved. It's a fantastic book.
In speculative fiction, sponsored by Heather Roden, we have one person who entered, and they're the winner. J. Elena Menzies from Markham, Ontario, The Misadventures and Tribulations of Princess Persnickety and Stefan the Stable Boy, from That's Life Communications. that sounds like a book that my one daughter would be all over when she was younger.
Exactly.
So interested in just the titles of this kind of books that I read several of them. That's a great title. In Christian adult fiction, contemporary, sponsored by That's Life Communications, we have the short list of Eleanor Burton from Botha, I think it's Botha, Alberta, Tethered. Karen V. Robichaud from Eastern Passage, Nova Scotia, Tears in the Desert, Word Alive Press. And Ruth Smith Meyer, Lisa Craig, Ontario, or Elsa Craig, Ontario, Chains of Shame, Word Alive Press. The winner is Eleanor Burton from Botha, Alberta, for Tethered. Well done.
Congratulations.
In the Christian adult fiction category, historical, sponsored by, is it Kisi Publishing, KISI Publishing, Eddie Chu. Susan Ann Mason from Bampton, Ontario, A Haven for Her Heart, Bethany House Publishers. Corinne Mordaunt, Toronto, Ontario, Keep the Light Burning, the Brucedale Press. Violet Nestle, Langley, BC, Under the Cloud, Sparrow Song Press. The winner is Susan Ann Mason from Brampton, Ontario, for A Haven for Her Heart by Bethany House Publishers. Congratulations, Susan.
Amazing. Congratulations, Susan.
Romance, sponsored by Carol Ford. We have 3 shortlisted authors: Melanie Teague from Richmond Hill, Ontario, A Promise to Keep, Anaya Press. Blossom Turner, Lake Country, BC, Catherine's Arrangement, Wild Heart Books. Darlene L. Turner, London, Ontario, Border Breach, Love Inspired Suspense, Harlequin. The winner, Darlene L. Turner, London, Ontario, for Border Breach, published by Love Inspired Suspense, Harlequin. Well done, Darlene.
Huge congrats, Darlene.
In the suspense category, sponsored by Heather Roden, 3 writers have been shortlisted. Sarah Davison from Coburg, Ontario, Lost Down Deep, the Mosaic Collection. Karen V. Robichaud, Eastern Passage, Nova Scotia, Tears in the Desert, Word Alive Press. Darlene L. Turner, London, Ontario, Border Breach, Love Inspired Suspense Harlequin. The winner is Karen V. Robichaud, Eastern Passage, Nova Scotia, for Tears in the Desert, Word Alive Press.
Huge congrats there.
Yeah, well done. We continue on with the academic category, sponsored by FCI Windows. And we have one submission and winner, or shortlist and winner, Aaron White, Vancouver, BC, for Recovering from Brokenness and Addiction to Blessedness and Community by Baker Academic and Brazos Press. Aaron, well done. Actually, I have it right on my table. I'm going to pick it up this week, and I'm using it in some of the teaching I'm doing with the women who we're walking with. So well done, Aaron. An instructional.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's my wife raves about that book. She just loves it and says, you've got to read this. So I'm going to read it. An instructional sponsored by FCI Windows. David C. Bentall from Vancouver, BC. Dear Younger Me, Wisdom for Family Enterprise Successors by Castle Key. Heidi McLaughlin, Surrey, BC. Fresh Joy, Finding Joy in the Midst of Loss, Hardship, and Suffering by Castle Key. And Brett Allman from Ajax, Ontario. Parenting, Navigating Everything, Word Alive Press. And the winner this year is Brett Allman from Ajax, Ontario, Parenting, Navigating Everything, Word Alive Press. Oh, I wish I'd had that book.
Right? I feel like I need to go out and get it right now. Everything, navigating everything.
But congratulations. In the biblical studies category, sponsored by FCI Windows, they've sponsored a number, is Douglas Herink from Edmonton, Alberta, Resurrecting Justice, Reading Romans for the Life of the World, IVP Academic. Sandy McGregor from Halton Hills, Ontario, a mother-daughter devotional and shared journal experience for Psalm 119. That's the longest psalm in the Psalter. That's Castle Key Books. And Gordon T. Smith, Calgary, Alberta, Wisdom from Babylon, Leadership for the Church in a Secular Age, IVP Academic. Winner is Douglas Herink from Edmonton, Alberta, for Resurrecting Justice, Reading Romans for the Life of the World, IVP Academic. Well done, Douglas.
Congratulations, Douglas.
Yeah, so good. I love the book of Romans, so that intrigues me. I have to say, though, my boss, Gordon Smith, the president of Ambrose, didn't win, and I happen to be presenting, so I don't know if there's going to be consequences.
He'll know you had nothing to do with it.
No. It's a great book. I actually have read it, and it's a wonderful book. So I've said that out loud. So, Culture, sponsored by FCI Windows. Ken Badley and Amanda Ross from Calgary, Alberta. How shall we be? Now, how shall we be? This cultural moment and our Christian response. Tyndale Academic Press, and Perry Stelter, Stony Plain, Alberta, Indigenous People and Jesus from Tall Pine Press. Winner, Perry Stelter, Stony Plain, Alberta, for Indigenous People and Jesus, Tall Pine Press. Well done, Perry.
Yeah, sounds like a great read as well. Something you might need to add to your.
It does, and it's an area of deep interest for me. I have to also confess, I'm very close friends with both Ken Badley and Amanda Ross, and Ken is the husband of my other boss, my dean. So I'm just, I just could get in trouble when I get back to work. But I do want to say, well done, Perry, and well done to those who are shortlisted. So Ken and Amanda. In the Christian Living area, sponsored again by FCI Windows, we have 4 who have been shortlisted. Karen Y. Barnstable from Kelowna, BC, Seeking Silver by Castle Key Books. Rod Ellis, Victoria, BC, Finish Well, Word Alive Press. Ron Mailer, Minden, Ontario, A Sacred Rendezvous, Pursuing Jesus' Heart for Solitude in a World of Noise and Trouble, Word Alive Press. And lastly, but not least, Jonathan Puddle, Guelph, Ontario, You Are Enough, Learning to Love Yourself the Way God Loves You. The winner, Ron Mailer, Minden, Ontario, for A Sacred Rendezvous, Pursuing Jesus' Heart for Solitude in a World of Noise and Trouble, Word Alive Press.
What a timely book, Ron. That's something I think we'll need to read as well.
Yeah, I mean, these last couple of years, talk about a world of noise and trouble. So
Yeah.
Thanks for weighing in on that one, and congratulations, Ron. In devotional inspirational category, sponsored by Kawartha Shed Company and Donor Gateway, respectively, Janice Cox from Minesing, Ontario, Growing Through God's Word. David Kitts, Orleans, Ontario. Did I say that right, Tara? Orleans or Orleans?
I believe it's Orleans.
Okay, Orleans, Ontario, Psalm 365, Develop a Life of Worship and Prayer, Volume 1, Elk Lake Publishing. Jonathan Puddle, Guelph, Ontario, You Are Enough, Learning to Love Yourself the Way God Loves You. Winner this year is David Kitts, Orleans, Ontario, for Psalms 365, Develop a Life of Worship and Prayer, Volume 1, Elk Lake Publishing. David, well done.
Congratulations, David.
And we come to Life Stories now, sponsored by Kawartha Shed Company. David C. Bentall, Vancouver, BC. Dear Younger Me, Wisdom for Family Enterprise Successors. Castle Key. Carrie Lynn Jerima, Morden, Manitoba, Closed Wounds, Open Hands, Word Alive Press. And Heidi McLaughlin, West Kelowna, BC, Fresh Joy, Finding Joy in the Midst of Loss, Hardship, and Suffering, Castle Key. The winner, David C. Bentall, Vancouver, BC, for Dear Younger Me, Wisdom for Family, Enterprise Successors, Castle Key book. David, a personal congratulations. We know each other well, and I'm currently just living a few doors from your cottage here on the island. So congratulations for this win.
You guys can go and celebrate afterwards.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, why don't you sell that lovely sailboat of yours up here, and we'll
That's a lovely idea. Well, we'll give you a break now, Mark, because we have Les who's joining us to help with presenting the awards for the general market categories this evening.
I'm Les Lundquist, partner in That's Life Communications, publisher of the Hot Apple Cider books, and I'm treasurer of the Word Guild. At Write Canada this year, we were challenged to write with excellence, to write so well that our writing will stand out as excellent in the general market as well as the Christian market. So I'm pleased to announce the awards for books targeted to the general market. The first category is for general market fiction, and it's sponsored by Blossom Turner. The short list includes Mara Gardner from North Saanich, BC, for Where's Elephant, Corey Mordaunt from Toronto, Ontario, for Keep the Light Burning, published by Brucedale Press. And the winner is Mara Gardner from North Saanich, BC, for Where's Elephant. In the general market nonfiction category, sponsored by That's Life Communications, the short list is Donald Lepp from Goner, Manitoba, for Heartbroken, published by Word Alive Press, Donna Mann from Elora, Ontario, and Carolyn Wilker from Kitchener, Ontario, for Discover Your Story. And the winner is Donald Lepp from Goner, Manitoba, for Heartbroken. In the specialty book category, the short list includes Sarah Enns from Winnipeg, Manitoba, The World is Mostly Sky, published by Turnstone Press. Also Sarah Clausen from Winnipeg, Manitoba, The Tree of Life, published by Turnstone Press. And Carolyn Vandermeer from Montreal, Quebec, Heart of Goodness, The Life of Marguerite Bourgeois in 30 Poems, published by Garnico World Editions. And the winner is Sarah Enns from Winnipeg, Manitoba, for The World is Mostly Sky, published by Turnstone Press. Thank you. Back to you.
Now we come to the specialty awards. These are awards that have been established with specific goals in mind. It might be to foster the development of young writers, encouraging skills in journalism with a Christian perspective, or dealing with social justice issues. We want to announce a change for the Wendy Elaine Nels Award for Young Writers. The intention for this new award is to make it possible for a potential young Christian writer to pursue his or her studies to equip them to become exemplary in writing with a Christian worldview. We are currently in the process of refining the award to maximize its effectiveness. Criteria for this award are being developed, more along the lines of a scholarship, and a nomination application process will be used to determine a winner. So the scholarship will be awarded in the spring, so stay tuned for that.
Very good. We're going to move now to the Harvey Mackey New Journalism Award. It's sponsored by the Mackey family. Between mid-1990s and mid-2000, two serious followers of Jesus Christ worked as journalists in the Ottawa media scene. One was the late Bob Harvey, faith and ethics writer for the Ottawa Citizen. The other was Lloyd Mackey, who wrote about the Ottawa political and government scene for a range of Christian faith-based publications and websites across Canada. I remember reading many of Lloyd's articles and deeply helped by his insights, his grace, his wisdom, the breadth of his knowledge. Bob and Lloyd often met with one another to consult, to collaborate, and some might say to conspire in identifying stories that would be of interest to their respective readers. They were jointly presented with the Leslie K. Tarr Award for Lifetime Achievement at Right Canada in 2006. I remember that. The Harvey Mackey Award seeks to recognize and encourage excellence in journalism from a Christian worldview. Those eligible for this award will have been shortlisted, though not less necessarily a winner in the respective categories. The award celebrates the best of Canada's up-and-coming Christian journalists. And this year, the winner goes to Sherman Lau, Selena Lam, Jorge Lin, and Ted Nye, Burnaby from Burnaby, BC, for Longing to Belong, How Do Christians Live Out Our Welcome and Inclusion of Minorities in Faith Today. Well done to the four of you.
A huge congrats. And Ted Ng, I think we had you there as well. And I might have pronounced Jorge's name incorrectly before, so my apologies for that as well. Congratulations to all of you.
Yes, well done. We're going to actually have Sherman Lau right now bring the acceptance for the Harvey Mackey Award by video. So Sherman, we welcome you.
Greetings from BC. On behalf of Selena Lam, Jorge Lin, and Ted Ng, we thank the Word Guild for the honor of being selected to receive the Harvey Mackey New Journalism Award. I want to thank Selena, Jorge, and Ted for sharing your stories and allowing me the privilege of weaving them together to address the issue of anti-Asian racism in Canada, especially since the rise of the global pandemic. I also want to thank our friends at Faith Today for providing us the space to share our story. And lastly, we thank our family and friends for their continued support and that this work would bring glory to Jesus.
Well done. Thank you, Sherman. We also now have a video with Daryl Dreiger of Cowlick, who will present the Best Cover Award.
Hello, everyone. I'm Daryl Dreiger from the Speedprint Group and Cowlick Studios. I'm here today to introduce to you and award the runners-up and the winner for the Best Cover Award. A lot of people ask, how do we decide which is the best cover? Or how do you look at a cover and what makes a good cover? Here's a few thoughts really quickly for you. So first of all, we look at the overall impact. Does it impact us? Are we interested in the book? Does it jump off the table of books, or in this case, the digital screen that we had open for book covers? We look at that. We all judge a book by its cover, and that's kind of our first thought. If it jumps out at us, then it's something we're interested in looking at or reading. Then we look at the design elements. What are the elements involved in the design? Is it laid out well? Does it flow nicely? Is everything in its place and there's no distractions? Then we look at color, or that would include color design elements. Does it match? What's the font choice? Does it match? And what I mean by match is, do the graphics, the title, the colors, do they support the cover of the book? Then we look at things like the printer elements. So that would include things like foil and embossing, the type of printing, the cover, the stock that it's printed on. And those are pretty important elements because there's a texture part of reading a book as well, like holding a book has a certain feeling. Then we look at, again, if the graphics support the title, does it make us curious and want to pick the book up? So that's a big thing. It goes along with judging the cover. If we're curious, we will always pick it up. So those are just kind of a few things that make a good cover that we look for. So how do we come up with the best covers? Well, we have 3 people. Sometimes we've had more, but myself, our general manager, and our designer all sit down and we look through the books. And then we choose our top 5, each of us. And sometimes there's unanimous top choice. And then we kind of go through the elements still. If we agree on some of them, then we make our case on why they should be 1, 2, 3, and we work it out based on, again, those criteria. So the overall impact, the design elements, color, font, printer elements, and the graphics. Do they support the title? So we look at all of those, and then in the end, we choose a top book. So without further ado, I will get to that part because that's why you're all here and that's what you're waiting for. So first, let me tell you about the finalists. So our finalists this year, we have Brad and Jen Clausen from Steinbach, Manitoba, The Kite Festival, The Unforgettable Adventures of Junior Bear. The illustrator is Christopher Barkman and Brad Clausen, publisher. Then we have Preston Puteau, Chestermere, Alberta. The Neighbors Are Real and Other Beautiful Things, Plesion Studio. The cover design is by Roberta Landreth. And then our third finalist is Gordon T. Smith from Calgary, Alberta, Wisdom from Babylon, Leadership for the Church in a Secular Age, IVP Academic. And then the cover design was by David Fassett. So beautiful book covers, all 3 of them. We really liked all of them. They met all of our criteria and they definitely jumped off the page, jumped off the table to us. And we really, really liked them. So our winner this year for 2021 and the cover award is The Neighbors Are Real and Other Beautiful Things by Preston Puteau, and the cover design by Roberta Landreth. So congratulations. And great work, everybody, again.
Well done. Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations.
It's my joy right now to present the Deborah Figuth Social Justice Award. The Deborah Figuth Social Justice Award, launched in 2017 by friends and colleagues, honors Deborah's career and her commitment to living out the Christian ethos of love, hospitality, and concern for social justice. During her career, she edited BC Christian News and Winnipeg's Christian Week, wrote freelance articles, and acted as social justice coordinator for Kingston's Anglican Diocese. She authored Keepers of the Faith, The Door is Open, Glimpses of Hospitality in the Kingdom of God, and contributed to several other books. Deborah's loss was mourned by hundreds of refugees, immigrants, and international students from 40 countries whom she had helped, befriended, and welcomed into her home. Any Christian Canadian writer may enter work encompassing themes of social justice and love for neighbor, including concern for the poorest and most vulnerable members of society. The writing may be in any fictional or nonfiction genre. The Deborah Figuth Social Justice Award winner this year is Floyd E. Brauble, GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, Ontario, for Trouble on the Way, Genesis Publishing Group. Brother Floyd, we congratulate you on this win.
I want to thank the Word Guild for selecting Trouble on the Way, Persecution in the Christian Life for the Deborah Fagerth Award. I am honored and thrilled to accept this prestigious award, so thank you very much. I wrote this book to help Christians, especially those accustomed to religious freedom, prepare to endure suffering for righteousness while maintaining a faithful witness for Christ in a world hostile to the gospel. Because I have learned from persecuted Christians that faith can thrive in the soil of adversity and produce a harvest of righteousness, preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. And so I dedicate this award to my persecuted brothers and sisters who have impacted my life with this truth. You know, as Christian writers, our goal is not to receive awards, although they are nice. Ultimately, we hope and pray that somehow God will use the words painstakingly written to bring about change and transformation in a hurting world. And so I want to thank my fellow nominees. Any one of you truly is worthy of receiving this reward. The inspirational and thought-provoking works you have published will have a lasting impact in addressing the many social justice issues that plague us today. Please keep writing and making your voice heard. It is so needed today. And may God receive all the honor and glory for every word diligently written in his name. Thank you again.
I now have the honor of presenting the Grace Irwin Best Book of the Year Award. So Grace Lillian Irwin was a trailblazing Canadian Christian writer, passed away in September 2008 at the age of 101 after a vibrant life as an author, classic scholar, and ordained minister. Her alma mater, University of Toronto's Victoria College, called her an inspirational force in the lives of all who knew her. During her 38-year career teaching English, Latin, and Greek at Humberside Collegiate Institute in Toronto, she spent her summers writing at her cottage in Haliburton, Ontario. Her first and best-known novel, Least of All Saints, was published in 1952. Amazing, amazing career. The Grace Irwin Prize will celebrate the best book published in the associated year by a Canadian author who writes from a Christian worldview. Each year, shortlisted books entered in the award awards are automatically considered for the Grace Irwin Prize. And during the secondary stage of competition, independent judges will determine the winner of the Grace Irwin Prize. The prize will be presented to the author of what judges deem to be the year's most outstanding book at the Word Awards celebration. This year, for the Grace Irwin Award, the finalists are Eleanor Burton from Both Alberta for Tethered, Sarah Enns from Winnipeg, Manitoba for The World is Mostly Sky from Turnstone Press, David Kitts from Orleans, Ontario, Psalms 365, Develop a Life of Worship and Prayer, Volume 1, Elk Lake Publishing. Blossom Turner from Kelowna, BC, Catherine's Arrangement, Wild Heart Books. Darlene L. Turner, London, Ontario, Border Breach, Love-Inspired Suspense, Harlequin. And Aaron White, Vancouver, BC, Recovering from Brokenness and Addiction to Blessedness and Community, from Baker Academic and Brazos Press. And the winner for this year's Grace Irwin Award for Best Book is David Kitts from Orleans, Ontario for Psalms 365, Develop a Life of Worship and Prayer, Volume 1 from Elk Lake Publishing. A huge congratulations to David, and we will be able to hear from him now.
Wow, best book of the year. This is something I certainly didn't expect. So I'm extremely grateful to the Word Guild for this Best Book of the Year award. I I didn't expect it. I thought maybe I'd win my category, the devotional category, but this comes as a complete surprise. Now, I really am grateful to the Word Guild for this award on 2 counts, really. First of all, for allowing me to enter as the serving chair, to enter into the awards competition. This is special. As a writer, I didn't want to serve on the board without being able to continue my writing endeavors. And so this allows me to both continue that writing and serve you and even win an award. Wow, that's something I'm especially grateful for. The second point I want to make about this is that this book, Psalms 365, came into being very specifically because of the Word Guild. And let me explain that really quickly. In 2013, I attended a session taught by Kim Bangs, and Kim Bangs encouraged the writers there to start blogging. And I very reluctantly went home, and after some consideration, finally decided, oh, I guess I'll give this a try. Well, that prompting eventually turned into this book, Psalms 365. So really, the Word Guild was at the core of, and the very foundation of this book that I've received an award for now. So I'm extremely grateful. And my hope is that you will have gotten something out of the Word Guild, out of your participation in this organization and in sessions and teachings and so on, that, like me, will ultimately result in prizes and awards and just great writing, all for the glory of God. And that's what we're here for, to serve Him. So God bless you as a writer. I'm grateful, and may you be blessed in your writing too.
David. One of the real prestigious awards. I mean, all the awards are prestigious, but this one has a special kind of history with the Word Guild. The Leslie K. Tarr Award. Award is named in honor of its recipient, the first recipient, the late Leslie K. Tarr, and recognizes a major career contribution to Christian writing and publishing in Canada. The Reverend Tarr, a seminary professor and journalist, was editor of Faith Today and a prolific contributor to a wide variety of publications. He authored biography, Shields of Canada, and remains an inspiration to all. The candidates must be Canadian, a Canadian citizen affirming the Apostles' Creed, who demonstrate excellence in his or her own writing. They must contribute to the development of Christian writers in Canada and help position the church in Canadian society. The Tarr Award was created and administered from 1988 to 2001 by Faith Today magazine and its publisher. The Word Guild has governed the award since 2002. And this year's winner is David Kilgour. He's been an active writer throughout the 26-year career as an elected member of Parliament and later as an international advocate for human rights. Between 1988 and 2009, David has written or co-authored 6 books. In addition, David has regularly contributed news articles and opinion pieces to news sources such as the National Post, the New Delhi Times, and the Ottawa Citizen. He has spoken out vigorously in defense of persecuted religious and ethnic minorities around the world. He has frequently stated that his writing and advocacy spring from his deeply held Christian faith and worldview. David has contributed to the work of the Word Guild through his hospitality, time, talent, and finances in the Ottawa chapter. David has openly identified himself as a follower of Christ in his work as a member of Parliament, as an active member of the weekly parliamentary prayer meeting, and as a member of the Ottawa Presbyterian Church. As a parliamentarian, David has worked as a bridge builder across party, ethnic, and religious lines, receiving awards from the Edmonton Filipino Association, the Ukrainian Canadian Congress in Alberta, the Edmonton Sikh community, and the International Religious Liberty Association of Washington, D.C., among others. In May 2006, he received an honorary Doctor of Divinity degree from Knox College University in Toronto, recognizing his commitment to human rights in Canada and abroad. For their work about organ harvesting, Mattis and Kilgore won the 2009 Human Rights Award from the German-based International Society for Human Rights, and they were nominated for the 2010 Nobel Peace Prize. Wow. For his tireless work as a Christian writer and an advocate for the voiceless, it gives us great pleasure to present the 2021 Leslie K. Tarr Lifetime Achievement Award to the Honorable David Kilgore. Well done. And we are now going to hear from David in an acceptance video.
Friends of the Word Guild, of Leslie Tarr, of all the other winners of this Lifetime Award. It's a great honor to be here to receive this award. I would like to thank everybody involved in it. If you're interested, on my website, david-kilgore.com, there are writings by a great many people that I admire, and I hope that some of you might be able to look at them. Thank you again to David Kitts, the Board of Governors of the Word Guild, and everybody who saw fit to make this award this year. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
So good.
Yeah, just what a life. Well, that brings us to the end of our awards presentation for this evening. We would like to remind everyone who's tuning in today that you have done amazing work. Your writing has made a huge influence on so many other people. I already know that. And that you can continue to learn through the Word Guild. We have a number of amazing opportunities where you can participate in Write Canada, which is happening right now, as well as other opportunities down the road that help you to improve your writing practice. And we hope that everyone will continue to participate within Write Canada, as well as the Word Awards. And congratulations to all of the shortlisted winners mentioned tonight, as well as the winners as well. You will receive an email over the next few days, which will help give you more information about the wonderful opportunities presented to you through these awards. May God continue to bless Canada through the awards and through your words that you write. We are so thrilled to be able to share them with everyone here tonight.
Yeah, congratulations to all. It was a great pleasure to be part of this and to honor all of you and your writing.
Thank you so much again, Mark, for joining us tonight. This was such a privilege to be able to present alongside someone so amazing in his own right with his own works. And I can't wait to hear more about your ministry and this new fiction side of your writing that will be coming along.
Thanks, Tara. Thanks so much. It's been a joy being with you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.